Gotsky looking for that damage, finds him on the Diablo. Diablo forced it back out as their health drops low. The Immortal now is at 25%
Back down
here.
Yo on the Greymane, gonna be the first to fall. But is it ETC? No, that's Malthael up there. A triple.
The Leyline used in the back, catching 3 people on top. That followed up by the APOC and the Lurking Arm. Catching 2, but this time on is gonna be the first one.
Wow, did you see that mosh pit? 4-man mosh pit while on a conveyor belt. That was like a regular sushi.
There's the lead, catches him in the mud pit. Time trap does pop. Mosh pit goes out. Cleveland's still in trouble. Pops to stay a while and listen, but it's not going to matter.
Here comes the bloodlust on the backside, but the duo gets under and then stunned. Oh my goodness! The combo!
Getting shrunk down, ETC getting killed. He becomes dog food for the Greymane.
I didn't think they had a chance. I thought it was all over. We said all or nothing, and they got absolutely everything.
Howdy, hello, welcome to twitch.tv/ElTaquito. I'm Taco. I am your host for this evening, where every day is Taco Tuesday. With me tonight, I have the wonderful Sylphrinia, blue hair and all, but unfortunately her camera's not working today. So we have her in spirit and maybe in voice. Do I hear her from the beyond?
Yes, you do.
Oh, how are you doing this evening, Sylph?
Oh, not bad. You?
I am ready to cast some NGS. I couldn't decide between Nexus Gaming Series or just NGS, so I almost went with all of them. So tonight we have a really cool matchup. It's, I believe, team number 2 and team number 4 in the standings right now for Division B Northeast, and as we're getting closer to playoffs, these matches are really starting to have an impact. ReGen Ghost versus Amateur Opponents. Amateur Opponents is down 3 points, but also has 1 less match played. So if they get a domination on ReGen Ghost, they are tied for second with ReGen Ghost. And and I believe with a quick check, will win the tiebreaker as well, because all other stats will be the same, and they will have beaten the team that they're tied with. ReGen Ghost, with this, if they get a domination here, will be tied with Yellow Owls for first, but will also be short a couple, or will also have a couple extra matches played, so Yellow Owls will have room to get that berth back. But there's some really heavy playoff seeding potential going on. I'm going to drop that bracket now, and Sylph, we just got done with map bans and a map pick. We got rid of Dragonshire, Towers of Doom, Battlefield of Eternity, and Braxis Holdout. A lot of people don't like Braxis Holdout this season. Amateur Opponents picked Volskaya Foundry. There's not a whole lot of people that I'd say like Volskaya, so does that tell you anything about maybe a type of comp that they're trying to run or something?
I don't know. So you're saying people don't like Praxis?
Yeah, I was saying people don't like Braxis.
Why is that?
Because it's apparently not a fun map for people to play. So something that I like to see on Volskaya, and it's probably a very specific thing, but I think Li Ming is a very good hero in Volskaya, especially also Zul'jin, maybe not necessarily together, but in general.
Mm-hmm.
Because the vehicle, along with Dragonshire, the vehicle counts as a hero. So Li Ming with that level 4 orb talent can absolutely melt that protector, the protector down, and really drag out games.
That's true. You're pretty much guaranteed hits on the protector, which is nice.
Right, and same thing for Zul'jin stacking on the protector.
Mm-hmm.
It's a fairly large map. There's some quick rotations because of the conveyor belt bottom to mid, but you can also take a more macro focused team comp. Every team comp should have macro in it because that's how the game works, but something where, you know what, we're going to work on push, kind of ignore the objective. The objective takes 2 heroes to drive and is really only about a hero and a half, so there may be some strategies there. I'll try again. Is there anything in particular you would like to see? Good talk. So we will be surprised. Sylphrinia is already speechless at the prospect of these drafts. So with that, I'll let them know that we are ready to go. And sorry, this is Syl's first time ever doing a cast or anything, so we're gonna be super supportive.
Thanks, Taco.
Absolutely. Volskia Industries. It's great. I have Sylphrenia over here and Sylvanas over here. Good girl. Good timing for that, actually.
No, I definitely redeemed that after.
But not before it showed up on the screen. So really
Actually,
interesting
just
early.
after it showed up on the screen.
Oh my
so.
goodness. So Stukov and TLV getting banned out. Thank you for redeeming your fuzzy taco lips. I will give her another treat in a little bit. Stukov is really good point control here on Volskaya Foundry.
Mm-hmm.
Those because they are control points, right? Point control and control points just makes sense. TLV. We were just talking about the macro potential on this map. TLV is really good at getting soaked for your team, while the 4-man just makes rotations.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, good TLV is so frustrating to play against.
Yeah. Sylvanas is a very diverse hero with the ability to shut down towers. She can have really bursty AoE. She can do she can have really focused single target. That takes a little bit more work to get it out, but it's there and it's strong. Mei is a very strong area control tank as well. So Mei is a really big ban. We've seen Mongoose have some really good plays with the Mei as well, so that's probably more targeted, but tank choking is never a bad thing.
Didn't Mongoose have a 4 or 5-man Mei into tower once?
Yeah, so that's in the clip somewhere too.
Yeah, I think I watched it earlier
There's
today.
a god tier Mei snowball somewhere in my clips. But the Joanna first pick, Joanna's a really safe tank to first pick. But she's a boring tank, so we'll see if they have a plan with that. Into Chromie, Diablo, Chromie, slowing Sands going to be really strong. The ability to poke from safety, especially with Joanna, who can maybe dive a little bit, but isn't able to punish that dive. She's gonna have to stay close to her own team, giving Chromie a lot of room to Dragon Breath. That's her W. Diablo, really strong tank. We've seen a lot of Diablo setup with these ranged mages, and Diablo can bring a lot of pressure to a fight. Get to the Tychus, get to the Brightwing. Tychus is a good response to that Diablo, and Brightwing with the Poly is going to be strong as well, and that mobility across the map. Deathwing gets banned out during this mid ban phase for amateur opponents, trying to keep that away from Dub, who's been rocking some really strong 4-man Deathwings in these past few matches that they played. And Cassia going away. Cassia is just a strong hero in general. Probably also a research ban. These teams high in their bracket right now, probably doing a lot of research. So Sylph, we're in the back half of this draft. How do you think we round out these teams?
I'm really not familiar with what these people play, but I did have a
Right,
question.
no. I don't necessarily mean what are these teams going to pick, because we may or may not know them. But with the draft that we see so far, what do you think would go well with it? And maybe they pick something that has a similar skill set.
Taco, sir, I'm not in this lobby.
You're not in the lobby?
I'm not in the lobby.
Cool.
Just
One sec. Alright, give me a second.
I don't think.
Hey, Mongoose, Codecaster's not in the lobby.
What?
Huh?
The Codecaster's not in the lobby.
Oh, well, that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
We'll finish draft. And then
Yeah,
we'll
finish draft it. I'll screenshot it.
Okay.
We'll probably, Taco, we're gonna run through the draft again anyway, so it gets on the replay file. So.
Right, but I'll screenshot it so that just
yeah.
for the sake of keeping stuff straight. Yeah.
All right, bud.
Cool.
And
There's that Anna. Oof. Perfect.
Why do we have to remake?
Because the co-caster's not in the
Codecaster's
lobby.
not-
Alright, they're gonna remake.
Sorry, I should have realized that sooner.
Yeah, I guess I forgot to look to see if you were in the actual lobby or not. It didn't bring you in with me?
No, it did not.
So that
We're still in a party.
explains. Oh, okay. It says you're okay. Are you in? There we go.
Yeah, here we go.
All right, so cool. We're gonna talk about this draft real fast, and you can tell me what you think about it. Dang it! So,
Yeah, I just had a moment of how do I bring this up?
quickly. That's how. Before we get into the game.
Yeah, that was better than later.
Anywhere in there would have been perfect. Volskaya Industry. Here we go again. Oh man. All right. Well, since some of this will be a surprise for you.
No, I saw it all on stream. I saw like all the picks had gone out, and I was looking at the stream thinking, "Wait, you asked me to watch the offlane, but how do I watch?" Yeah.
It's great. So we're being super supportive. We even restarted the entire game to get you in.
Oh lord.
So, yeah, Sylvanas here actually did just go to the groomer yesterday. Her and the puppy. Well, I don't think there's a whole lot of need to talk about the draft again. We can though. And she is just the fluffiest
Is
girl.
there ever a situation where Joe is actually not a good pick, like, or not a decent pick? Like, is she ever bad?
I
feel like Joe
no.
is such.
She's never bad, but
Yeah.
she's never. There's very few times where it's like this comp needs Joe unless you're taking 4 single target, no wave clear heroes onto Towers of Doom, not Towers, onto Tomb of the Spider Queen, and you still need a tank.
Okay.
That's when you need her.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm getting crazy deja vu right now. No, the picks
Oh,
that we didn't
really?
talk
I
about.
wonder why.
Leoric and Raynor. So it looks like we do have the Easy Bake Oven with Diablo and Leoric, depending on how Diablo builds. Tassadar and Malthael, really strong picks. Tassadar with the Q, and then the Psy Storm as well, going to put out a lot of damage onto those points. Malthael going to destroy the Diablo in the Leoric, hopefully for him, with the last rites, with the percentage damage. Anna going to have a lot of pickup, though, for Leoric and Diablo. Going to be able to stop the Brightwing Z's, going to be able to stop the Malthael self-healing. So,
yeah, so I guess Tychus and Mouth will be rough for the tanks on the other side, or tank.
Tank and the Bruiser. Big Muff McGuff, no, Big Muff McGuff does have a really good point. The only reach they have into Chromie is Joanna, which she can't bring the rest of her team. She can't bring Chromie to her team. So they're probably going to struggle into the Joe. So given that, let me know what you think about these comps as I start a poll.
There's a decent amount of CC on both sides.
There is. Is there a particular team that you think has the advantage?
Not sure.
All right, well, think about it for a second, because over here in the blue corner, we have Butte Holiday on the Anna, Sonic's Bros, I think. Get out from under. Yeah, Sonic's Bro on the Chromie, Ide on Diablo, Cactus Ham on Jimmy the Large Minion Raynor, and ST Saint Street Terminator on the Leoric. That is Team Amateur opponents. Who do we have on ReGen Ghost?
On ReGen Ghost, we have Mongoose on Leoric, Aaron on Malthael, Andrew on Brightwing. What is Dub on?
Yeah, Dub C613. Just Dub is
Dub
fine.
on Tass and Lid on Tychus.
All right, so here we are in the middle lane, doing absolutely nothing. Do we have any stacking quests? We do have Thermal Lance coming out of Tassadar. Good flip onto the battlefield from Diablo. But Tassadar is the only hero here stacking, so amateur opponents probably wants to split out and start getting that soak a little bit earlier and not give Tassadar free stacks. A nice sleep onto Joanna, trying to catch the rotation. A flip out from under the Dragon's Breath, gonna let Mongoose stay at basically full health. Chromie probably cursing Diablo right now, but it happens. That's what happens when you play Diablo. with
Can't
a
have fall open every flip, right?
right. When you play a skill shot mage with the Diablo, you're just bound to be upset.
I would not know anything about that.
Well, that's because you have a good Diablo on your team. So we do see both teams getting their turrets early. Malthael went up to double soak mid after harassing the Leoric, getting some push. And we see a nice group effort between Mongoose and Dub coming down to mid, while Jimmy and I believe it was Anna were getting that turret. Tygus takes a long time to get his own turret, but he's going to be back to full health because probably Brightwing.
Yeah, Brightwing went down to help him.
And a super early
Ooh.
heal camp. Wow. Amateur opponents not wasting any time getting the toys for their toy bag. That's the wrong button. There we go. And we're just back mid. Oh, yeah, we're just back mid. Just chilling. 4-man rotate, top mid, top mid. Malthael, Leoric headed up to catch some extra soak as needed. But both teams... You what?
Pretty even on soak.
Yeah, let me pull up that XP there. Malthael's leading by a few hundred, but that's probably just due to rotations a little bit. The team XP is almost dead even.
We redesigned our Trigo protector for combat in the Nexus. Prepare to begin field testing.
Looks like both teams are gonna have camps going.
Sorry about that. So I also just had a really funny thought about calling this like a mortar or a frozen protector and just casting the wrong map for the rest of the game. But this first protector is coming up in the mid lane, pretty consistent at where these protectors show up. Turns out they follow a pattern. The blue team, Amateur Opponents, is clearing out the assault troopers in the top lane from ReGen Ghost, while ReGen Ghost goes ahead and gets a percentage advantage on the protector. So those assault troopers, that siege camp's gonna push real hard for Amateur Opponents. But we do have the 4-man rotation up to catch Amateur Opponents on their rotation back down. Maybe get some disrupt, get some dismounts, and ReGen Ghost now at 50% on, that's not the button I wanted, on the protector.
Yeah, looks pretty even on the map.
A nice wall bang on the Joanna into the corner of the point, and there is the unstoppable Iron Skin, but she still gets time stopped because you can't unstoppable time. So, yeah. Pretend I said something funny, everybody, and we'll just go there.
I'm sure that worked a lot better in your head, Taka.
Yep. Well, to be fair, I'm also trying to fight all of the allergies that are trying to come out of my face right now.
That's fun.
So something terrible had to come out at some point. Look at that trade between Tassadar and Chromie. Just their entire team's in between, but they're just field goal or goal posting each other. A nice flip from the Diablo. Diablo going to be stuck in the middle of the fight as well, but a 3-for-1 is going to go in favor. Diablo's sacrifice definitely worth it there, as we have the first blood of the match going over to Amateur Opponents in Tychus, followed up with Joanna and Malthael as Diablo falls. This first protector going over to Amateur Opponents, and Anna and Chromie gonna be the ones to get in it. And this has been a little bit of a new shift in the meta on Volskaya Foundry, taking the protector directly bot, because that third protector is generally the win condition right now. And so getting an advantage for that third one is big, but I think the second one can still do the same thing. So I'm not sure how I feel about this meta shift.
Why is that?
So, because if you don't set yourself up to win the second one, then and you have a fair fight at the top protector, then if the other team takes it, then they can just take it down and obliterate your bottom fort, instead of you just getting the fountain down there, and it sets you up for a worse disadvantage. So I would rather get my advantage for the next one, and use that next one to set up my win condition. I just think it sets it up better. Because if you don't win the second one, then you're worse off for the third one.
Makes sense.
another heal camp. It is Santa's Workshop here on Volskaya Foundry with amateur opponents making all of the toys, carrying them all around. And Diablo catching Aaron out in the middle of the lane. Gonna get a flip. Aaron's gonna jump to the other side of Diablo, but there's the Entomb. Brightwing coming in.
Whoa,
But
Brightwing
and
right in
the
the middle.
blink heal, the rest of ReGen Ghost coming in. Mouthfield's still going to fall, but the last rights onto the Jimmy the Large Minion Rainer going to land. Joanna's gonna finish off the Anna. That heal camp not quite enough to keep amateur opponents up. That is a 2-for-1 on a really well executed gank, but ReGen Ghost responded so quickly. Amateur opponents didn't know what to do with it. And Diablo getting out with about 20-25% of his health bar. Gonna go ahead and be back and get ready to regroup. Good
I
and
wonder if Anna ended up on the conveyor belt to the right side on purpose. Wasn't sure.
Oh, kind of being trying to walk against the treadmill.
Well, I wonder like if Anna thought she was gonna die anyway. If that was a deliberate.
Oh, to stall for the team.
Exactly.
A lot of times, yeah, a lot of times that'll happen. So a nice exchange here that Slowing Sands really traumatizing for ReGen Ghost. Tassadar and Malthiel getting stuck. There was a really solid invade on that turret camp. They just couldn't get it and get out fast enough. And they're going to lose 3 in the process, and I don't see a gun anymore. Looks like they used it, though. It did not go over to the hands of amateur opponents. But amateur opponents going to pick up the ReGen Ghost turret and just kind of say, we can do that too.
Yeah, that was a lot of chain CC from amateur opponents.
Blue team has destroyed the fort.
So the first fort of the game does go down. It's that bot one. So now they really do have a clear advantage for the third one before the second protector comes up.
Plus they're a level up.
Yes, absolutely. That level 13 talent tier advantage is going to be fantastic. And talent tiers are the best tiers.
A protector.
I used to run that joke every time I cast.
When I bring it online.
I don't think I've heard that one before. Might have missed that.
Yeah. Oh, I usually said the tastiest of tiers. Because you know how everybody jokes about drinking the tiers of this or that.
Ah.
So, I prefer talent tiers. It's just a horrible play on words that I should probably,
Tire.
something like that.
It's time, hero. Control the terminal and bring in the
Everything
protector.
do I need to turn this up? Everything just feels like chill and mellow. Maybe it's because I've zoomed too far out. Here we go. Let's get into this action. Look at the sparkling of that Slowing Sands. I wonder if that's because of the genie skin. Oh, there it goes. It goes away. These assault troopers always pressing in onto ReGen Ghost. They haven't gotten a whole lot of damage out onto the structure, but they're always present, it seems like.
Huh? And a third heal camp?
Jeez. All about the support camp. That's right, Zul rules. Re-tier the tiers. Retire the tires, or something. So, 50% lead on the objective for amateur opponents. ReGen Ghost coming in, getting the point while amateur opponents was getting that medic camp. Both teams have, no, I missaw that. Amateur opponents has a turret and a heal camp, but Literak using Commandeer Odin can use that massive range to try to pepper out the point, but still no hard engage, except maybe Diablo's looking for it at the moment. No, not quite. And I completely missed that we're levels 15 and 13, so we'll go over those heroics here in a second when it looks like nothing's really going to happen, which is apparently this entire time that we're up here. So, amateur opponents does pick up Nano Boost Apocalypse, which is about to get used. No, polymorph onto the Diablo. Diablo's going to walk away. There's the Entomb onto Literak and the healing grenade, or anti-healing grenade. And the Brightwing phase shift does get interrupted. Flip from the Diablo. The APOC goes out. And Malthiel the first to fall in this long, drawn-out fight. Joanna getting slammed into the wall. There is the condemn after the flip. No iron skin available. That's going to be a 2-for-0 in favor of amateur opponents. And they're going to secure this protector. So Slowing Sands on the Chrome, we talked about that. We've seen the Entomb multiple times, and this looks like Rainer's Raider for the Rainer. We have Commandeer Odin for Tychus, Blessed Shield on the Joanna, Blink Heal on Brightwing, Black Hole on Tassadar, and Last Rites on Malthael. Those are the heroics for ReGen Ghost. Now that we have these heroics, we're actually getting closer to level 16. So, might be a little late to kind of ask the question, but you think that there's any, you think these heroic choices kind of change the way this map has been flowing?
I pass.
Okay, so I think what's going to be really interesting to see if maybe it gets timed a little bit better, is a black hole to disengage out of the Entomb, especially when we get a level 20 Entomb. That black hole can move Leoric away so that anybody caught in the Entomb can walk out. The APOC on top of those things, especially with the Silence Entomb, because looking more towards level 20s now. But APOC in the Entomb, APOC in the Slowing Sands, APOC after a Sleep Dart, those are all going to be really big for getting these hard engages that amateur opponents have already gotten. And the only real answer to that is either a black hole disengage or Joanna unstoppabling herself and maybe a Blessed Shield. So I think right now the way these teams are set up, the heroics chosen really favors amateur opponents, and this next objective, if they get it, probably is a nail in the coffin for this map.
That makes sense. A 4th heal cam. I feel like those have made a decent difference in the fights they've had so far.
Yeah, and a lot of XP exchange there. If you look at it, a big engage on the Leoric. Leoric gets cut out, but he's gonna Skelly walk out. Spooky Ghost, whatever it's called, gonna get away. So
Get your Leoric that close to tower.
Right. ReGen Ghost is actually ahead on minion XP, but due to the structures and the passive XP from the structures, plus a almost 5,000 XP in Mercenary Camp XP, was a 5,000 XP lead in Mercenary Camp XP, is what brings us this 2-level difference for amateur opponents. They are really doing well, and okay, 4,000 to the kills, but that's part of what that stacking XP lead is going to get you. The camp management has been absolutely pivotal in amateur opponents' lead here, and they've been managing it really well. If ReGen Ghost wants to get back into this, they have to do better about stopping the camp domination coming from amateur opponents. And they're going to have to get the jump, because we just talked about how hard of an engage amateur opponents has, and how ReGen Ghost really doesn't have a whole lot of answers for them.
On the topic of the camps, I think they've stolen, what, 2 or 3 turrets right now? Or so far?
As far as, how many they're carrying at the moment?
No, stolen from ReGen.
Oh yeah, they've taken quite a few, and then ReGen also took one and lost it, had to drop it, whatever. Was not able to keep it when they tried to engage on it.
Yep, and amateur's almost 20.
Absolutely. A 2-level lead, gonna get 20s before this next objective. ReGen Ghost staying together so as not to get picked by any 2 of them, because really any 2 of them can kill any one of them. So they've got to stay together. They lose that mid fort in the process. Joanna picking up the Diablo. Maybe there's the black hole for the stun and the last rites. The turret does get dropped in time. Those are Diablo's souls. He will be back, but he will be itty bitty baby dibbles for this objective coming up. Let's see what kind of build Diablo went into. He did go into a mixed WQ build. Got the spell shield. That's going to be good into the Tassadar.
Take control of it.
But again, the souls just completely reset. Not going to be very good for him. We do see Pierce out of the Chromie for level 18. That's going to have a lot of fight implication. Coming in, level 20s are picked up. We get whatever the Nano Boost upgrade is, Nano Infusion. We get Hellgate for Diablo. We already talked about Pierce. We get a full Spectral, Spooky, Drain Hope build out of the Leoric. And an upgrade to Rainer's Raider, which I didn't know was a thing. It increases damage, health, and leash range of Rainer's Raider by 100% when it dies. When it dies, his W and his E are activated for free, because that's not stupid. Sorry about just sitting bot where nobody was. The objective's up. I figured people would be there, but everybody's fighting over the heal camp. Which
Yeah, Rebel
amateur
didn't want
opponents
that
get to do.
fight. They're
Would
down
you?
a level still. No, God.
So right now, amateur opponents is getting some more control over the map, but they're not getting this objective that ReGen Ghost now has time to get towards level 20. Amateur opponents should have been on this objective. They should have left at least one person to cover the protector before ReGen Ghost has a chance to be within half a level of 20. So now Ghost has the opportunity to come in with their 20s, go for a last-ditch fight, and maybe take the game back.
Yeah, I wonder at the heal camp they could have. I feel like amateur opponents could have at least prevented ReGen from getting it. With 4?
Amateur opponents did get it. Amateur opponents
Maybe
picked
with
it up.
4, if they'd left one on the point.
I gotcha. Still stopped the camp, but had progress on the protector. All right, so amateur opponent, or not amateur opponents, ReGen Ghost backing off with the level 20s, deciding we're just gonna defend instead. But they do have their 20s. They're able to take a fight. We get Big Red Button. We get Storm saved by the light. Blind. It is still blinded by the light. Revved up like a deuce. Another runner in the night. Big Red Button, Invisible Friends, whatever the black hole upgrade is called, Kugel Blitz. And
Coming in from behind?
no one can stop death. Yeah, here comes amateur opponents with the protector. ReGen Ghost does a nice flank. There's a black hole. There's the Entomb out onto Dub and the Brightwing. That is not a silence Entomb from the Leoric, which I think is a mistake. Diablo does go down, but so does Tassadar. Joanna falls to the Chromie, and the protector is abandoned there for the fight. Chromie and Nana get back in. They're going to push in on this. The Big Red Button going off, putting out a lot of extra damage, but can it clear this protector? It is a 4v3 at the moment.
I think someone
half health.
said.
You what?
I think someone said earlier that they were gonna have trouble reaching Chromie, and it does look like that's true. Chromie has 0 deaths and a heck of a lot of damage.
Absolutely. Again, only having Joanna even able to penetrate the line. And wow, that's insane. The protector does go down. This keep only has 149 health, also known as 1 auto attack. One sneeze from anybody. There it goes. Chromie's gonna go. I think Chromie's gonna go ahead and knock it down. Leoric falls to the last rights, getting those stacks on last rights for Malthael. Almost halfway done, but no one can stop death is also picked up for him, so he can't stack it quite as fast. But he's able to keep returning to team fights, and that'll be really big for them. That extra person in these fights, kind of like the Diablo with the Souls, might help turn this late game. Not being able to finish with that 3rd protector now has amateur opponents kind of at a disadvantage. There's no talent tier levels anymore. There's only a little bit of stat bonus from the levels themselves, which are farther and farther away. So the XP difference isn't going to translate to as much of a level difference. We do see ReGen Ghost trying to get this heal camp. But there's Leoric on the backside. There's the Entomb. There's APOC on top of the Entomb. The phase out from the Brightwing gonna save her. But Tychus going to immediately fall. Then Brightwing does go as well. There's the last rights onto Leoric. But that is a 4-for-1, and the only one left alive for ReGen Ghost is the only one who can come back from death. So look for a core call here for amateur opponents into a Malthael.
I know I said at the beginning that Malthael and Tychus might be giving the tanks some trouble, but I feel like Chromie just had such freedom to pop everyone that it didn't really matter.
So really strong game over to amateur opponents. Game number 1 going to be picked up in favor of them, and we'll see what we got at the break. Hang on everybody, just a second. see. I need to.